Hello everybody, it's Friday, May 29. My name is Javier Preciado Patiño and I'd like to share some comments about the Argentine soybean market. I prepared some slides to share with you and well, to start the first one. In this first slide we can see how the farmers selling rocket in May to 5.4 million metric tons from 2.2 in April, and is this the largest volume since April 2025 when the government ruled the zero export tax. Why farmers sold this volume of soybean? Because the good weather allowed to enter the combines to the plots and harvest. In fact, the Buenos Aires Grain Exchange forecast that 85% of the national soybean area is already harvest, and they estimate the harvest at 50.1 million metric tons. Okay, go to the second slide. In this slide, I show how the oilseed industry is recording new exports of soybean meal in this case, and you can see that the registration of soybean meal exports are online with the average of the last years and the last year. There is it's a regular or an average campaign. In April, the export were below the average, and in this month of May are some a bit better than the average or the last year. We are talking about 2.6 million metric ton of soybean meal to be shipped on May. This is a regular basis. In this third slide, I compare the licenses to export soybean meal with the exports taken from the lineup. And in this case, I think that finally the export will be already 2.5, 2.6 million metric tons in May. And this implies, this is very important, that the crushing of soybean could reach close to 4 million metric tons, half million metric tons more than in April. But a way that perhaps this volume could be better because the oilseed industry is buying the soybean and generating stocks for the June exports. Well, and in the last slide you can see at the left of the screen the evolution of the soybean meal for price, and you can see that in April, in May, we are living the best prices of the soybean meal here in Argentina, well above of the last year. We are talking about $360, 600 even $70 per ton versus or compared to $310 a year ago. And on the right side of the screen, the ratio between the soybean oil price and the soybean meal price, and you can see that this ratio is declining. This means that the soybean meal is driving the industry right now. For example, in the spring of the last year, the soybean oil price were the driver of the industry, and now this change, and the soybean meal is the driving element of the market. Well, friends, that's all. Thank you for your attention. I hope these slides are useful for you. If you have some questions, some comment, please write me in my X account and I try to answer you. Thank you very much and see you next week.